Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Azorius Auras. Why is that? Well, Azorius means blue and white. As you can see, there's some blue cards, there's some white cards, and there's some blue and white cards. And Auras, because we got a bunch of creatures, and then we got a bunch of stuff that you put onto creatures. And the synergy that happens therein. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, the 7 times grand champion of my bathroom cell phone solitaire league, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on Untapped GG off the tiered list. Number 17 in the standard meta for today, called Azorius Auras. I don't know who put this together. They don't have any names on here, so I'm not going to give anybody any credit. We're just going to say Untapped GG. It looked cool. I hadn't seen a deck like this in a while. And I thought, let's give it a shot. And so far in testing, it's been fantastic. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the cards. We'll talk how they should work together. And then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? Let's take a look. We got +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. And it has first strike. So these are the auras we're putting on 2 creatures we got. This guy gets a Popo counter anytime an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control. This guy, whenever it attacks, you surveil for 1. He's got Vigilance. Sheltered by Ghosts is the best card from Duskmourn. What does this do? Gives your guy +1/+0, also known as Pozo. They have Lifelink and Ward 2, and you get to exile a target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Gremlin Tamer, whenever an enchantment you control enters, you create a 1/1 red gremlin token creature. So we get a creature. That's great. Because we're planning on putting out a lot of dudes. Or a lot of enchantments. So therefore, and all of our creatures are enchantments as well, mostly. Let's see. That guy's an enchantment. Enchantment. It's just, this guy is not an enchantment. But he deals with enchantments. And this guy is not an enchantment. But he puts out gremlins, which are not enchantments. But whenever an enchantment is played. So you can see the synergy is strong here. This guy makes your enchantments cost 1 less to play. This thing steals a target artifact creature or enchantment opponent controls and puts it into exile. So it helps to pump up your other guys and then reduce what your opponents have. This guy, whenever you put a small creature into play, you draw a card. It only triggers once per turn. It's got lifelink. This thing, whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. This guy draws cards for you and is flying fire 3. This guy puts out 2 moths anytime he enters or attacks and is a 6/6 unto himself. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to put out our dudes. We're going to try to pin down our opponent's stuff with exiles. We'll get things out cheaper due to this particular glimmer. And that's how we'll win. We'll put out some nice big beefy dudes for a cheaper price because of the glimmers that we got. Let's punch him in the face, keep him from doing stuff, and we'll win. All right, that's it. Now, before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush your enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against kouchandesu. Single blue there. All right, we'll play it. Keep. These guys are cool. I like them quite a bit. All right, nothing to do. Turn 2. We got lots of things to do with 2. Whenever an enchantment you control enters. All right, so the Gremlin Tamer is probably the best thing to do. Everything else is enchantments. All right, we can. What are you gonna do? Don't kill Mike. Don't kill it. Sweet googly people. Don't ask too much. All right, I'm going to make this guy big and strong. Just so they can hopefully live for more than what this guy can do in damage. And I'll shelter by Ghost on the next turn. I can first strike that guy. I can still first strike him. Yikes, that is a lot, but we'll just take that guy out. Yeah, manifest, man, manifest. Alright, down to 7. Not great, but we can. Who do I hate? So I don't know what the manifest is there, so let's just snag this guy. And we'll put him out. We can chump potentially, and we'll take it in. No, I don't want another land. We need a little action. This will get us some life gain right here. Nice! Now we're up to 14. He's down to 11. We've taken the momentum in our direction. And we got a couple of chumps. He's got vigilance even. And we win! And we win! Victory! Yeah, that was fun. All right, we're playing against the Valdanito. Turn off the lights. Turn off the candles so we don't set cards on fire. And what we can't do anything for quite a long time. Try to get some guys out, then we can Ethereal Armor. At 3, we can disappear some stuff, maybe. Let's smack it. That's a lot. Oh, I don't have the regular mana for that. All right, let's just Ethereal Armor. It's fine. I needed 2 white. Didn't have it. All right, he's a total badass. I don't know, 6 with the 6 butt. You're not going to be doing damage to him to get him out of there. You're going to have to use white. You try to play this trick on me again? All right, great. He's not leaving anything out. That is a problem for us. We need to get some life. I get Shelter by Ghost out, but I need to steal something. I almost need to put Shelter by Battles just to get the life gain going. If I lose this turn, I'm going to be disappointed. There we go. Let's go steal that guy. Let's put it on him. He's awesome. Nice. There we go. There's some life gain for us. Back up to 16. Nice. He's got first strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what you think you're going to do there. Sausalito. And you could pop them. Then go ahead and do your 5 points of damage. I can go full bore on this dude. Put it on life gain. And we... Oh, I thought he gave up. All right, all in. There we go. He was going to give up right then. Victory! Victory! I put against BizMaster. We got two guys. All right, that's cool. Overlord comes out for 4. We don't have 4, but we can pick up another mana along the way somewhere. What a jerk. Guy's playing 3 colors, like he owns the place. Well, I could definitely make this guy... Well, there's not enough enchantments out, is there? He wants to try to kill it again is the problem. How are we going to save it? That was not what I was planning on doing. All right, so that's 3. Well, this guy's playing a lot of control. He's got to find something he can throw away that does at least 3 points. He's doing 7. There they go. All right, let's draw some cards. Land is good. What are we discarding here? That guy. All right, we can Overlord to get ourselves some moths. Hopefully we'll work our way through this guy's controllability, right? Alright, Moth Ho! We're counting down the clock on Overlords hitting the floor. Yeah, whatever, man. Have a good time. You can wipe the board now. He does it for 1. It's good for him, but we'll see what he throws. And his ability to do this has just been nasty. Alright, I'm going to put some armor on our pal here. Hopefully he can be beyond his ability to kill. He's been throwing out 7s with those, but how many more of those can he have? 2 more? A bounce would be bad. I mean, there's lots of things you could do. Shelter by Ghost, but he's got tons of mana. Shelter by Ghost only wards 2. We're going to pick ourselves the Floodpit Overlord on the next turn. Alright, well that's who we're going to steal. I'll lose 4 life, that's fine. Yoink. And all in. Nice, half his life's gone. Transferred to me. And we get a guy with flying. He's going to take him out, no big deal. He was my chump. And we win! Suck it! Suckerfish! Suck it! I put against Smugib. Smugib. We didn't have any blue in this. That's not great. I'm going to just see what I can do. We need 4 for that. Boy, this sucks big time unless I pull a blue. More white. Blue! We're going to get it while the getting's good. I can play this straight up. Let's do that. Let's discard this. And no, cool. I don't want to give it back to you, so no. What are you doing here? Nothing. All right, that's something. All right, now he's scared to attack me with that. All right, cool. I'd rather trade, man. We're cool. I need 7 for this guy. Let's just put out one of these. And maybe another. And take it in. Yeah, no thanks. Let's get rid of the white. All right, we're hammer time. That dude's got some beef supreme. Let's play this. We'll get a couple of moths out of the deal. And let's go in with the flying guy. I don't think he doesn't have any reach. Well, maybe we'll lose out on our own stuff here. What are we getting rid of here? Let's just get rid of the Glimmer. You can increase, you can buff yourself up, so I like that. And we win! We flooded it out! Victory! Alright, so here we are at the Azorius Auras. Yeah, it was a great deck. I mean, I did pull this off of the tiered list or whatever over on Tap GG. What number was it? Let me just count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is in the first level. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17th in the meta today. It's Azorius Auras. Yeah, but it was good. It was space good. How good was it? That's just, I had a 67% win rate with it. That's 2 out of every 3 games I won. Yeah, you can't ask for better than that. I mean, you get better, but you can't ask for better. This thing had a lot of great utility to it. Yeah, because I always like decks that have good creature removal, and this thing had Sheltered by Ghosts, and it had Trapped in the Screen. We had some card draw going on. A lot of good utility in this thing. I'm surprised. It felt like it had more creature removal, but it really didn't. Ethereal Armor did a really good job, but yeah, let's just get to it. Who was the MVP? And I can tell you who I thought it was. It was the Inquisitive Glimmer. The reason why, let's just go ahead and make it nice and big, is because with this deck where we're playing a lot of enchantments, and it's not legendary, that we can make them all cost a lot less with each Inquisitive Glimmer we put out. And so that means that by putting this out, we can make this guy cost, instead of 5, it only costs us 3. This one, if we had 2 dudes out, would only cost us 5 rather than 7. So we can definitely get to our big cards for a lot cheaper. We're playing things for 2 and 3 mana, maybe just for 1. It was great making this almost an aggro deck by having Inquisitive Glimmers come out. And those guys came out for 2 mana. And all you need to do is have a white and a blue, and we're good to go. So yeah, Inquisitive Glimmer, you were the beating heart of this deck that made everything so much better. You are definitely the MVP. Congratulations, you are going to Disneyland. All right, let's move on. Was this deck competitive? Like I said, 67% rate. Yeah, it did well on the ladder. I'm going to say yes, this is a competitive deck. 17th in the meta today. 17th. The thing is, I was playing decks that were like at the 11th, and I was having a bad time with it because it comes down to it. It's not which decks are the best, it's which decks are best for you. And this deck was definitely better for me than a Dimir Wonder that I was playing. Couldn't get it. It wasn't jiving with me. But this deck, yeah, it's totally awesome. Let's see. So was this deck fun? Yeah. Why? Because it was fast. That's what I liked about it. Why was it fast? Because of Inquisitive Glimmer. That's why. But even if you weren't, there's a lot of stuff going on in 1, 2, and 3. So that was great. You can play a lot of stuff early. These guys come out for either 3 or 4, which isn't bad. And yeah, so therefore, that's why it was such a great deck to play, is because it was cheap and aggro. That's what I liked. Lastly, then, was this deck interesting? Yeah, I'd say so. The reason why is because you don't really see Aura decks being played today. They're not strong in the meta. They had been in the past. I think I played something like this before, but this feels different. Like, I don't think I've played this version of an Aura deck before. If I did, I forgot all about it. So altogether, yeah, I thought this was an interesting deck just because it's so different from things you're playing otherwise. Is there things from Edge of Eternity in here? I'm just taking a quick look around real quick. Goblin Tainers from Duskmourn, lots of Duskmourn, lots of Glimmers. This is a Duskmourn. Yeah, it's a Duskmourn deck is what this is. All right, so that's why I haven't seen it. It was super hot during Duskmourn. This is not Edge of Eternities. There's nothing new here. But it's nice to have a little echo callback from a bygone era when things were awesome and still perfectly legal and standard. So I'm going to say yes, it was an interesting deck. I'm going to say it was interesting. Almost historical to a certain degree. What we got? Abandoned. This guy looks like, nope, that's still Duskmourn there. Crazy. All right, so there you go. Let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was this deck interesting? Yeah. All right, so that makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.